Hey, I am so glad you could join me today. I'm going to be talking today about how this coronavirus pandemic is impacting real estate investment. For those of you who do not know me, I am Chiagozie Fowle. I am a pediatric anesthesiologist who also spends the rest of my time looking for property, buying property, and also helping people get started investing. Now, you didn't come here to learn about me. You came here to find out what you could be doing right now in your real estate business. All right. So, the first most glaring thing that I see today is number one, the low interest rates. So, what does that mean to you? That means if you're going to buy, you have a higher chance of actually having cash flow with the interest rates that you get on your mortgage. For me, for example, we had a refinance that was going on and had been on for a couple of months. It had dragged out for different reasons. And finally, by the time we got to close, the interest rate was it was at least a full point, almost 1.5 points, percentage points lower than it would have been if we had closed when we first started. So this is a very good time to get in if you had it in mind to buy. Now, but it brings me to my next point. The uncertainty in the market makes it therefore imperative that you know what you're doing if you're buying at this time. If you already have and you're planning on holding, it's a good time to, talk to your lender and get, see if you can refinance. But if you're going to buy, you want to make sure that the numbers work so that you can ride out any turn in the market depending on what could happen in the next couple of months. Number two, with all that's happened in the stock market, people will be looking for places to park their funds. You definitely want to provide your expertise, if you know how to invest already, to those around you, because they may be looking for people to partner with, and you want to be available. If you have invested before, if you actually know what you're doing, if you know how to run the numbers, and you can help your colleagues who are looking for a place to place all their liquid cash, you can be their go-to person. You can be the savvy investor in the room. For sure, you can help them make good returns on their investment. Now, the key there, of course, is that you know what you're doing, okay? Because not knowing what could happen in the next couple of months and years, you don't want to be the person that got them that bad investment. So you want to make sure that it cash flows, and it takes care of all its expenses. And then you get into a mortgage, for example, that is more long term as against something short term that will cause you to offload a property in the middle of of chaos. Now, what else can all of this cause? Well, there has been talk about the government, freezing evictions for a period of time, which makes sense. So what can you as the investor do about that? Well, the key thing there will be to be proactive in a situation. If you interact directly with your tenants, this would be a time to reach out to them and show your empathy, show that you actually care, and let them know that the rent is still due, but that if they have, extenuating situations, you can work out an arrangement with them. The key there is to be proactive so that they don't ghost you in the process, so that you kind of open those lines of communication, because they need to understand that the mortgage is probably still due, the taxes are still due, the utilities are still due if you're paying their utilities. But while they think that you may have a bank of cash just sitting and waiting to just pay the mortgage on their behalf, you need to kind of have open lines of communication with them so that they pay you, so that as they prioritize their bills, they will keep you right there, pretty high. And then the last thing that I want to mention now is this afternoon, for example, I got an email from my mortgage broker, my lender, and he said, "Hey, we have mortgage." We have a plan for people to defer their mortgage payments for the next 90 days. Now, this is a small community bank, and you see, I usually tell those in my programs that, listen, you need to work with small community banks because they are small enough that they can move quickly. They can change things on a dime, okay? In this case, he pretty much offered me a 90-day mortgage deferment program. Now, I asked him to send me the details, but why am I mentioning it on here? Talk to your lender. Okay, while your tenants are still paying, talk to your lender so that in the event that things get hard and your tenants can't pay, you already be in that conversation. Okay. All right. Those are just a couple of tips that I felt I should just leave you with today. If you're brand new to real estate investing and you like to get more tips about investing, I'm going to leave my Simply Start video at the bottom of this. If you are a seasoned investor and would like to uplevel your investing, we also have something for you. I'm going to leave a link as well for you to PM me. All right, friends. Hope you make it out through all of this. Stay strong, stay encouraged, and definitely keep buying. All right.